G'day, Saints. I'm Colson Morris.
And I'm Ben Sears. Welcome to our first Saints Weekly newscast of the year.
This year, we'll be broadcasting important news here at OCS.
Our first story today will be about a new face on the OCS campus. Hudson Hahn is here to tell us more.
Many teachers left Oklahoma Christian School last year, meaning they have to hire new ones, including a new math teacher. Mr. Santos moved to OCS from Edmond North this year. He moved into Mr. Wilkins' old room on room 208 on the second floor, and he seems to like it there.
I feel like everyone here makes me feel very welcome. It's been great.
Mr. Santos appears to be getting along with the other math teachers. He is an Algebra 2 teacher, and his room is surrounded by Miss Howard, who is a geometry teacher, and Mr. Sanchez, who is a calculus teacher.
I really enjoy Mr. Santos and the way that he is a partner with our team and that he just makes a really good math teacher.
Mr. Santos is also well liked among students at OCS. One student, Jackson Ramsey, is very pleased with the new Algebra 2 teacher.
I really like Mr. Santos. He's a great teacher. Always have a great time in his class.
Mr. Santos is fitting in very well at OCS and is well liked by both students and teachers. Mr. Santos fits the role of an exciting math teacher whom students at OCS will enjoy for a long time. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Hudson Hahn.
Thanks, Hudson. This year, we have had a lot of new teachers, but this one, in particular, is one of our very own.
Yeah, this teacher is one of my favorites. Let's see what Jacob has to say about another new teacher.
We have many new teachers at Oklahoma Christian School this year, but one of them is not only talented in the classroom, but in athletics. Mr. Enlow is one of the many new teachers at OCS this year, and the sophomores have some strong opinions about him.
You know, really in my opinion, Mr. Enlow is just an exceptional teacher. He just has this way of making the subject come to life, really, and bringing me to a whole new level of understanding.
It looks like the students love having Mr. Enlow as a teacher.
I really love having Coach Enlow as a new coach. My favorite thing about him is that he tries to connect with his players. I think that's awesome, and it's nice to have around.
It appears that Mr. Enlow is not only a great teacher, but a great coach. Let's see what Mr. Enlow himself has to say about being a new teacher.
Being a new teacher here at OCS is exciting because there's just so much to do and so many things to get involved in. It was a little crazy at first, but I feel like I've got my feet under me now and I'm able to really get things going well.
With finals coming up, both teachers and students will be put to the test. Looks like everyone loves Mr. Enlow. He's got everything under control. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Jacob Schmidt.
Thanks, Jacob. Colson, don't you just love Coach Enlow?
Coach Enlow is my favorite, and I think a lot of people agree. But Aiden has another teacher that is also super funny.
OCS has a new 11th grade teacher, and many people say she has a lot to bring to the table.
I think it's definitely different, but in a good way. I really appreciate the class. The candy is a great part of it. I am known to take the most candy out of everyone, but honestly, I'm okay with that title because it's a great class. Fun class, just no complaints.
Mrs. Bauman's room is on the second floor of the OCS High School building. It's on the east wing in room 216.
I love Miss Bauman. She is such a sweetie, and she's my favorite teacher of all time. She gave me 100 on my quiz.
Many people say Mrs. Bauman is a very unique teacher.
I would probably just say I think my experience having played sports, I feel like as a student I got distracted real easy, so I kind of teach a lot to the students that I feel like may get distracted, and I feel like I try to keep things interesting. This was just a God thing. It really was not something that I had thought about doing, and the way it worked out was actually just perfect. So the job just opened up, and I was available and was excited to teach.
Many students have talked about how Mrs. Bauman has been a great addition to the junior class teachers, and many teachers have said that as well. Next semester, we will find out how Mrs. Bauman uses Catch-22 to catch our attention. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Aiden Hayes.
Thank you, Aiden. Do you like reading, Ben?
I love reading, and the library at OCS is just the best. Cameron could say the same.
There's a new way to waste your time here at OCS. Let's go check it out. This is the first year OCS High School has had a library. We just recently got a bunch of new books and a bunch of new kids that want to read all these books. And our librarian is Miss Jones. Let's go talk to her and figure out how this library came about.
I'm really excited about our new library at OCS. We are getting new books in all the time, encouraging more students to read than ever. It's been exciting to see kids come in and look through the books and take home ones that they want to read. We're also looking forward to some fun events in the library, such as this Friday we're going to have Feast on Books in the library at lunchtime.
A ton of the students are taking full advantage of the new library. Rather than reading at home by themselves, they can read at lunch with a group of friends or in the library.
I'm excited for the new library because now I can spend my free time down there in a book.
The library offers many advantages and a ton of the students love reading. There are a few students, however, that do not love reading as much.
Who even uses the library? Who even uses the library anymore? We got like that and like 100 times bigger on our phone.
It looks like the library is going to do better than everyone expected. I'm Cameron Poindexter reporting for SaintsWeekly.
Nice job, Cameron.
Currently, there's a bunch of construction on the SUS campus.
Mia knows a lot about it.
With a new Performing Arts Center and OCS's future, we are curious to see how some people here felt about it. OCS's musical this spring will be Hello Dolly, and it will be the first musical held in OCS's new Performing Arts Center.
With what we have now, we are very, very limited just with space for our set pieces, for all of the actors and actresses like waiting to go on stage.
Titus Rhodes, who will be performing in the new facility, will be playing Ambrose Kemper.
I think it's going to be good in general. Lots of things that could go wrong, but it's probably going to go right. It's beautiful. I already saw like some sneak peeks because I'm in the system.
Along with the extra space, there will be many new systems as well.
Like where the lights will be, and we have a fly set, which means it'll like our sets will fly and stuff.
The Gabe Stewart Memorial Performing Arts Center will be open on December 16th. Looks like our new Performing Arts Center is going to be amazing, so make sure and come see Hello Dolly here this spring. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Mia Chesley.
Thanks, Mia. I can't wait to be in the new auditorium.
With the new Performing Arts Center, there's a new play coming to town.
Trent is going to tell us more.
Every year, OCS hosts a musical for everyone to enjoy, but this year's musical is said to be Oklahoma Christian's best one yet. Many people are very excited about the new setting that is going to be in the musical in the Gabe Stewart Memorial Center. One of these people is Miss Lord, who is especially excited.
We get to be in a brand new space that's beautiful and huge.
The Gabe Stewart Memorial Center is currently still under construction, but that does not stop our OCS stagecraft crew from getting hard to work.
So we haven't prepared or started building anything for Hello Dolly just yet, but we have started set designs and the scenes and the setting for certain locations in New York. So that's all we've been doing right now. I've been drawing on the board, and we haven't yet built yet because we haven't gone to the new building yet. So.
With production beginning, some are having trouble containing their eagerness for the musical to begin.
I'm just real excited, chomping at the bit, you could say. Just to piggyback of what he said, I'm just really ready to go. Really excited. I'm pressed that's not happening sooner. Honestly, at this point. So, yeah, I'm ready to get into it. Let's go, baby. Let's go, number one.
So buy your tickets now and don't miss out this March on a musical that will surely knock your socks off. Reporting for SaintsWeekly, I'm Trent Belford.
Can't wait to watch it. What about the middle school production? Have you heard much about it?
No, but Isaac Shoup sure has.
The high school puts on a musical every single year, but did you know the middle school puts one on too?
Annie Jr. will be the last performance in the auditorium before the new PAC is built.
We've known that there's a need for a middle school production. The final answer was that Mrs. Nix and I were getting to teach again 7th hour together, and that was really the only way that either of us could do a production, as if we were both available to do it, because it's very, very daunting task for one person.
Miss Lork has been at OCS for 6 years, but this is the first time the middle school will be putting on a musical.
My sister's going to be in the stagecraft. I'm so excited to see her work.
Annie Jr. was first performed on April 21st, 1977 on Broadway.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to go and see that.
The middle school has been working hard since September for this musical.
Annie Jr. comes out December 5th and December 6th. Make sure you go see it. I'm Isaac Shoup, reporting for Saints Weekly.
This is the first year that the middle school has done a musical production.
This is also the first year that Miss Imig has had a new addition to her classroom.
Let's see what Austin knows about it.
Green screens are invaluable in film and editing. They can provide interesting backgrounds without the hassle of traveling all the way to Paris, or Hawaii, or my mom's house. The possibilities are endless. OCS is a newly installed green screen in Mrs. Imig's room, and journalism students are loving it.
The first thing I noticed this year was the new green screen that she put in, and it was really good. I think it was like the best thing she could have done.
Green screening wasn't always this easy. Before the wall was painted, students had to get creative.
Well, I remember the green screen last year just being kind of small. I think it was a blanket or something that was back in that corner, and we weren't able to really do much with it.
Journalism has come a long way from wrapping kids in blankets, but it was far from an easy task.
Administration wasn't quite on board to have an entire wall painted green, but once they saw how excited the students were for it, they realized that, oh, this is really what we should have had all along.
All in all, the new green screen is a huge net positive for the journalism class. Perhaps this new tool might impact classes beyond journalism. Only time will tell. Reporting for Saints Weekly, I'm Austin Bistocco.
That new green screen is going to help us in the future with our newscast.
Well, thanks for joining us in our first ever newscast.
Tune in next week with us for another Saints Weekly. Bye.